Big news dropped today. Gus Edwards is going to injured reserve, and that only means one of our favorite stashes from the offseason, who we've been waiting for to get their opportunity, Kimani Vidal, is finally going to get some run in the offense. We're going to finally see what he can do on the field. He's explosive. He's got tons of upside. Everybody's got questions about him. And he's a running back in an offense here that can really gel here and take things over in the back half of the season. And like we said going in, we looked at Gus Edwards, we looked at J.K. Dobbins, and we said, can you really bet on both these running backs playing a full season without missing any time? It's happening right now. We're going to do a deep dive right now today on the Chargers backfield, mainly Kimani Vidal and some other players. But before we do, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're doing as many deep dives as possible on these players so you can get the advanced analytics, the information on their situation and everything else, so you can make the decision for your fantasy team whether or not to pick up the players, start them, bench them, sell them, whatever. We also use these videos to help you set your lineups like this one right there. Click that button. Stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. Also, Anderson Silva. Do not disappoint either one of them. Click that button right now. But Gus Edwards is going to the IR. I feel for him. I like Gus, especially when he was with the Ravens. But now it's time to get some new blood in on the Chargers, on our fantasy teams with Kimani Vidal. We've been waiting all season long. We watched him in preseason. We watched him in training camp. We were waiting during draft season to see where he was going to go. He has good advanced analytics. He's a running back to pay attention to. But Harbaugh's got some things to say, and we're going to have to listen to it right now.
Just being out.
Yeah.
Kimani has some stuff. Expect him to be suited up.
Yeah. Yes, I expect that.
Would he be involved offensively, or would it sort of be someone who's a third guy?
Yeah, I mean those are the options. It's he's sitting on a spring ready to go.
A little bit cryptic here with Harbaugh, but sitting on a spring ready to go. He did not want to give out too much, but Kimani Vidal has a spring in the step. He's explosive. He has a chance to make a difference with any opportunity on the field. He's that explosive. Once he sees daylight, that could be his moment, and that's all it takes. J.K. Dobbins, we love him, but can he last a full season, especially after an Achilles injury? Can that happen? But Kimani Vidal, that rookie running back that we saw in preseason, that we looked at training camp, that we've been watching this whole time, we've been watching him to see if this was going to happen, if this depth chart will unravel. And now it's time, and Harbaugh is probably going to look at these running backs, give them their opportunities. Whoever runs hot will probably get it. That's probably why he was a little bit reluctant, but still, he's sitting on a spring. We like to deep dive these prospects going back to high school, and in high school was not regarded as a top tier prospect. We had decent size though at 5'7", 205 coming out of the high school ranks. LSU was after him. South Carolina was after him. Some big programs was after him. They saw him, but at Troy, those final 2 years, we were productive. Last year, 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3.58 yards after contact per attempt. 94 missed tackles forced. This guy can make you miss. He can run through you. He can run around you. He's got the gusto. 4.46 40-yard dash. Top tier size adjusted speed score compared to Isaiah Pacheco. Statistically, when you combine the athletic specs here with the college production, we got some upside, and this is at 213 pounds. So we got some speed here, and that's going to look a lot different on the field. Think Tyrone Tracy last week, how that looked different on the field. Kimani Vidal is going to be that fastball coming in. We got a bunch of change-up running backs out there. Kimani Vidal is going to be the fastball coming in, and Harbaugh is going to like that because he wants to run the ball. He wants it to be a close game, and he wants to run the ball, and he wants to win it by grinding it out. And Kimani Vidal, with that speed, that's going to be very attractive for him. Gus Edwards out, J.K. Dobbins, Kimani Vidal, but we also have Hassan Haskins, signed to the team about a month ago. He's been getting some work, per our labs on the depth chart here, and he has not done anything at the NFL level, but Harbaugh loves him. 21 rushing touchdowns. The thing about this, Vidal's going to steal his lunch. I would not be surprised in like a small sample. Haskins get more touches here and there or gets the first look, but Vidal's going to steal his lunch. Vidal's going to take that load away from him. Scored 20 rushing touchdowns in 2021, 1,300 yards at Michigan, but that's a bit ago. We did not do anything with the Tennessee Titans. We had some issues as well, but also Jarrett Patterson was a late-round prospect we were looking at back in the days at Washington. Pay attention to him. He was on the practice squad. Vidal should take his lunch as well. More athletic, more explosive, more upside to his game. Coaches love that. J.K. Dobbins getting to work. 56 rushing attempts on the season in 4 games. Remember, last week was a bye week. We got 2 touchdowns, 6.1 yards per carry. However, Gus Edwards, 38 rushing attempts in 4 games, 113 yards. He is getting some work, and that work has to go somewhere. Hassan Haskins already has 3 carries, 5 snaps to his name. But again, that Gus Edwards workload has to go somewhere. J.K. Dobbins can't take it all. J.K. Dobbins is running 33.8 snaps per game. Kyren Williams, most snaps among running backs in the NFL, 54 snaps per game. He can probably bump it up to about 40. He probably could do that, take away some of the snaps. But Gus Edwards is still having 21.8 snaps per game. Some of those got to go to the other running backs. Haskins could get it. But I think Vidal, once he starts flashing, once he starts getting those opportunities, and it'll probably be earlier in the game than expected, we'll start getting those snaps. And looking at what we're seeing here with the targets and opportunity, Gus Edwards, a 34.5% opportunity share, 1 target, not used much in the passing game. That is J.K. Dobbins' role. But 34.5% share of the opportunities, targets, and touches out of the backfield has got to go somewhere. Maybe a little bit more to J.K. Dobbins. But he's already sitting at 59.3%. That's got to go somewhere. And you're going to want some explosiveness there. Kimani Vidal, we've been watching him all along. We're going up against the Broncos here in week 6. That's an ugly matchup. It's for all running backs. Not just him, not just JK, all running backs in the National Football League. They are a slow-paced team. They'll eat up a lot of clock with Bo Nix. Bo Nix dinks and ducks it. They got a tough defense. They will allow some fancy points here and there. Week 1 against Seattle Seahawks. However, they were up in that game. The game script pushed for that. I don't know if we're going to get that with the Chargers. It could happen, but Vidal's so fast that if he sees a crease, he could house it. However, what's the strategy behind Vidal? What's the strategy here? He is a stash play. He has been all along. He has been a big-time stash play. So we're not looking at the first game thinking he's going to go bonkers. We're looking at him as a stash play that we got to sound the alarm to because Gus Edwards is out. One of the barriers to entry is gone. Now it's just J.K. Dobbins for the full workload. And even with like 8 to 10 touches a game, once we get to that, that's going to be big time for him. That's going to be big time for him because we can roll on any given Sunday with that. That being said, everybody's got to look to stash them if you can. There's a lot of other stash plays out there. This is another one. Guys like Blake Corum, guys like Jonathan Brooks, there's a lot of them out there. You're waiting for their opportunity to happen. What I like about him is this team runs the ball. You got J.K. Dobbins in front of him coming off an Achilles injury. And there's going to be some opportunity here over the next 4 weeks for him to prove himself. So that's a stash to look at. There's no guarantees. There's no certainties. Only probabilities. So you're good at running back. You got your stash. You don't want another stash. You're going to watch them from afar. People are going to watch them right now and maybe pick them up on Wednesday when their waiver wires roll. Maybe that happened. But you want touches, you want a stash, you want to look at something, you like Vidal, you like the upside, you like something I said, you don't like something I said and you're going away from it. I try to stay down the middle. I try to stay down the middle so you can make your own choice. What choice are you making with Vidal? Are you going after him? Did you like something I said? Did you like something I didn't say or did say with Haskins or some of the other running backs? Do you like Harbaugh? The thing about Harbaugh bit us with Nico Collins. Nico Collins should have had a glorious collegiate career. And we see what he's doing with the Texans. With Harbaugh, it wasn't great. And there's a bunch of other prospects like that. that my brain's too foggy to name right now that we've been struggling with throughout the years over at Michigan football. We've been struggling with that, and I hope that doesn't happen. That is my biggest concern here. That is my biggest concern, is that man in the glasses. That man in the glasses will do some weird shit. That's the thing about that. On paper, this is Vidal's game. This is Vidal's backfield. It's his backfield soon. That is what it's saying on paper. The man on the glasses, he's going to do some weird shit from time to time with these Chargers. He's going to do that. I'm worried about that, but I got to have that stash, and if I need a stash, that's a stash I'm going with. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.